But, mind you, it is not the terrorists that is the greatest threat to our society. The terrorists are quite few. The Islamists, they are not few. On the contrary, there are large and growing groups who seek nothing less than to transform our society's values. Across Europe, the organized Islamists are winning ground, especially among young Muslims. And 3 studies are worth mentioning here. Among 15-year-old German Muslims, 40% believe that Islam is more important than democracy, while 37% want Sharia law to apply to European Muslims, 37% of the young ones. In Britain, 28% of all Muslims want the British Isles to be ruled by Sharia. Here is the really serious part. While only 17% of those above 55 years want Sharia, no fewer than 37% of British Muslims aged 16 to 24 want the same. And now for the serious and most scariest statistic of all, which brings us back to IslamNet at the university level in Norway. 40% of Muslim university students in Britain are strong or relatively strong in their support for a Sharia-run Britain. And 1 in 3 believe it is legitimate to kill in the name of Islam. For all this, however, Norwegian political leaders remain stuck in the assumption that education and employment lead to integration. The truth is maybe the opposite. It's mostly among well-educated Muslims that you find radical views. Yes, of course, education is a good thing. We need educated people. But it is not a guarantor of integration. Well-educated Muslims are often very aware of their distinctive Muslim identity. And they work, as we have seen at the university in Oslo, actively to further separate their fellow Muslims from mainstream society and its values. I believe that this decade in many ways will be decisive for our future in Norway and Europe. The question is, will we manage to stand up to open Islamization and force it into retreat, or will the Islamization of Europe continue? If we want to defeat Islamism, we will need above all political leaders who understand the forces that have put down deep roots in our society, who openly acknowledge what is going on. They don't they don't want to talk about it, and who take action to stop it. Our politicians must lead an assimilation policy that leaves no doubt as to which of our values are non-negotiable, and that means sexual equality, equality of all individuals regardless of regional, ethnic, national, religious, social, tribal, clan, and caste background. It is also part of the new situation in Norway and in Canada. And there is no negotiation about religious freedom, not to mention including the right to renounce our religion. Do you know about Islam and renouncing? And